Good morning from the Arizona desert. My name is Tom, and I'm out here in Phoenix, Arizona, and these are the nightly DoorDash numbers from the desert. Well, it happened again last night. Another battle with DoorDash support. So I'm I'm doing really well yesterday. I actually took a 2.5 hour nap in the middle of the day and was still on track to make over 360. I was in a groove, but I was beat. And So I just paused after pause after pause. I did 5 pauses in a row. And now I'm getting back into my groove, getting into my night dinner rush. And I have an order picking up from a pizza merchant. And I start navigating using in app navigation to go to that destination. And lo and behold, I get another offer. Now, this doesn't come in as an add in offer. Of course, I did not recognize that at first, but going back in and looking at the screenshot, there's no plus, there's no adding it to the route, et cetera, et cetera. But there was no text from DoorDash saying that the offer had been canceled from this pizza merchant. So I had accepted that offer. That is, I guess, what you might say was my first mistake, not recognizing that it wasn't an add on. It didn't show a screen of the original offer plus the second offer showing two different destinations. Well, let's just go take a look at it really quick. No, I'm not going to. I'm not going to throw the merchant under the bus. So at any rate, it turns out that that offer disappeared. That original offer disappeared. Well, going off of my past experience, the the ghost offer that disappeared, where I ended up finding that I was 28 minutes late going to pick up from the original merchant because I had rerouted myself and that offer had totally disappeared. So I already know that there's bugs in the system, that there's things that they're working on. So I'm already frustrated, irritated, et cetera, et cetera. Well, it turns out after calling DoorDash support and uninstalling, reinstalling the app, going through all the setup processes, that was, it's always, do I do that? Because is there a bug in the login system? Is it going to kick me off of the system? I've had that bug happen as well. So it's like anytime that you go down any of these paths, there's nothing as far as a change log or something, a notification, an email, a push notification in the messaging center. There's nothing that says, "Hey, we fixed a problem in the login screen. We've fixed a problem here or there, or here's something that's new that's been released." There's nothing along those lines. It's more throw you into the fire and then we might send something trickling down the path later to explain. So it's always a hit or miss as to whether or not any of these fixes will work. Now, remember, I used to be an IT guy, information technology, computer guy, instead of throwing acronyms at you. But at any rate, I called DoorDash support because that offer has totally now disappeared from my system. Do I go to the original location? I don't have a name because DoorDash hides that name. I'm not about to go into the messaging center every time to have that reveal the customer's name. Do I just drop this? Do I head to the new location? Am I heading to a different part of the valley to service a second customer only to find that I've totally abandoned another job that's in my queue? These are all of the questions when you're in the heat of the offer. You're going through all of this stuff and you're like, okay, fine. I'm at the original merchant. Now I'm already going to be late picking up from the second offer that came in. I'm on the phone with DoorDash support. I managed to fight through Marissa in order to get to a live agent by saying I have no desire to talk to you. It's almost like a breakup in a relationship. I have no desire to talk to you. You bring no value to me whatsoever. If I thought that you could solve my problem by going through your steps, I would have done that already. But no, I need to speak with a live agent because this is a complicated issue that you do not have the ability to resolve. And so I finally get an agent, and she's like, "Don't worry, that order was canceled. Yes, it's off of your system." Raises a question: why wasn't I notified via text saying that this offer had been canceled and that you already have half pay in your back end? So, talking to her, she's like, "That offer has been canceled. The money's already in your back office, and in your app, in your earnings." And so, great. I go check. I see a dollar amount in there. I ask her, "Tell me what the half pay was, and please send me an email verifying me that those funds are there so that I have the ability to track this call." Now, she's obviously told me that this is being recorded through their system, and I'm telling them that, guess what? I'm recording this as well to back up my own account and whatnot, so that I also have a record and it's not just there on your back end. Well, she tells me that the compensation should be $5.02. I say, well, that's not what's in my back end. My back end shows $6.43. Now, granted, it's more than what she said. I should be happy. I should just walk away. I am not going to do that. I want the email. Please send me the email. Well, I cannot send you an email. Yes, you can. Send me the email with the dollar amount on your back end. I cannot do that, sir. Yes, you can. Send me an email, and here's why you can. Because you show $5.02, I show $6.43. Send me an email requesting a screenshot so that we can find out why there's a discrepancy in the dollar amount on both ends. That way I have a tracking number, and you can, excuse me, and you can send me that email, and then we can take this information and we can try and find a resolution as to what's going on with the dollar amount and why we're seeing something totally different. Well, going round and round and round, she just obviously did not want to get upset, which she would not have gotten upset. She's probably going to get into more challenges because of the fact that she did not send me an email, rather than having this go around as far as the ability to send me the email. So finally, she's like, I need to escalate this. Well, I didn't even know after 6 years of doing DoorDash, now that they have a supervisory role. So I'm, remember, IT background. I know how these call centers work. Hey, I've got this dasher on hold, and can you act as the supervisor while I transfer the call over to you to so that you can help me get out of hot water here and we can try and end this call. Well, she puts me on hold. Well, I'm already in the mindset that I'm going to end this dash. I've got 4 more hours before all of a sudden I have to think about hanging up this phone call. Well, lo and behold, after about 25 minutes of being on DoorDash support with them and a 5 minute hold at least, finally the supervisor supposedly comes up and she's like, "Yes, you're right. I don't know why the other agent came up with $5.02 when it should have been $6.43." And she's also just trying to get me off of the phone. And I'm telling him, well, obviously there's a problem here, and I did not get any type of a response. Can you send me the email? Finally, yes, she does send me an email. She sends me an additional email because I want that after call survey to not only reflect on the person that I finally had to fight to get through to be able to rate. I want to be able to rate Marissa. I want the ability to rate Ash. I want the ability for any other children that this system decides to try and produce to be rated. I want you at DoorDash to have feedback so that you see the frustration that you create with these dashers before we even get to DoorDash live support and a live agent. Marissa and Ash need to go. They are the worst systems that DoorDash has put into place. So again, I get the compensation. Well, now I'm already late for the other one. I was told that, hey, don't worry. It turns out nothing's happened on your account. It's not going to affect your ratings whatsoever. And I'm like, okay, fine. Well, I've already dinged myself now because I'm unassigning from that other one so that I don't have any repercussions as far as being late or generating a contract violation or something along those lines. So I'm dumping that job, and you've lost me for 4 more hours onto this system. I am furious. I am furious at this system. Then I walk into this pizza merchant, and it turns out the pizza merchant, yes, they are the ones that canceled it because they made a mistake on the order, and therefore they unassigned the dasher from this order and recreated it. Now, if you're going to do that, the simple solution is to send us a text message. But ultimately, you already had a system in place. The original dasher shows up. They just go and remake the order. And then that dasher is told, hey, it's going to be a 10, 12-minute wait. Well, then allow that dasher the ability to unassign from that order as quickly as possible. It should be a pop-up. It should be something that says, hey, there's a problem with this order, and we're going to let you worry-free unassign from this order, and then you have another dasher on the way. Or you compensate that original dasher while they're there waiting for that order. You give them the half pay for the original canceled order, and then leave that and say, hey, there's a problem with this order. There's going to be a delay, or reroute it to go to the second customer first, or something along those lines. But you guys are not thinking this through. You're once again riding on the backs of the dasher and creating a frustration point for us and throwing us into the middle of this so that we have to go deal with your premium DoorDash support. I'm in a frenzy right now. I'm irritated. And I'm getting ready to start my next dash, and it's already rolled into my next dash. Get a clue. So, yesterday, 286.18 with over 4 hours left. Another $80 would have put me at 366, and I took that 2.5-hour nap. So let's go take a look at the rest of the ratings. So I was at a 91 acceptance rate, a 99 completion rate because I unassigned that second order. 100% on time, 4.94 customer rating, 1138 for 30 days, and 48,728. And I'm at my wit's end. It's a very simple process. Communicate with the dashers, one, in this whole entire process. Two, communicate with us when you're trying to develop these different programs so you actually get our feedback instead of leaving your desk to go on out and go do 2 or 3 dashes. You're not experiencing what we're experiencing. You want the true information? Get us to that table. Get us not to a round table. Get us to a table that gets things done. I am so irritated right now. I'm out. Go, go, go.